The onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. So that a nightmarish start to a football game as they give the ball away on the opening kickoff.
And they put their defense in a bind right away. They have to go into protect mode.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. So 0 for 2 throwing the football and a very quick 3 and out to start the game.
Look, stats are going to be decided as the game goes on, but bottom line is that's not the quick start that every team looks for when they begin a game.
And this one is right through. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Some of the big boppers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Shotgun now for Lance. But now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Was Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They cut him on back-to-back plays, breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers. In motion left is Rodgers. To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. 49ers nothing. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him eat.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Lance finding Ayuk there for a Niner first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he stopped immediately there. Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And Lance going to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Got a man. That's Ayuk. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lance. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, Oh, they were so close, that close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ultra.
Play action, now it's Lance. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have got it back to within a score. Zerline connects on the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Azeez Al-Shaair in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 31 yards there and a 1st down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out.
Now Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll run here with Dillon. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Dillon, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A.J. Dillon punching it in from a yard away, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. No success on 1st down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had 1st-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Rodgers. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result.
Ready, ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now Lance.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Lance on target to Samuel for a Niner first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Ready.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And now here's another interception. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Next to score, Packers 33, 49ers 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He finds his man, complete. That's Carroll. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Greg Zerline set to kick off.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Amari Rodgers to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for him. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue.
There he goes, left side. The 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Packers. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
49ers 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Purdy. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. And the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting...
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are able to cut into that deficit. Zerline good with a PAT. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points.
49ers 14. Greg Zerline set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Completed out left to Dobbs.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
They'll run for it with Dillon.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies. But it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best blocker, give it to me right now.
And you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field. Seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here? Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
Now Rodgers. it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
They go play action here. Purdy.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Purdy, big fourth down play.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Purdy now to throw.
This one caught by Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter. Because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Throwing here, Purdy. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. This will cost him 11 yards there on the 2nd and goal sack. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Play action, now Purdy. He finds Kittle going across the field. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. Purdy on 4th down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover it for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Rodgers throwing here. And Rodgers intercepted a third time.
Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Cassini, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle.
He's got the first down and more.
Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Rodgers looking to throw.
This one swung out here to Jones.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces.
Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to